Hey everyone, Steven here from Redolescence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for watching, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite fragrances in my collection that contain the note of coffee. Coffee is one of my favorite fragrances, favorite notes in fragrances, along with rose, and I also really like gourmand notes like vanilla and chocolate and even plum. But these are the top 10 favorites containing the note of coffee. Now these are fragrances that I have in my collection. Some of them have a stronger coffee note than others, but I'm not basing this based off of how strong the coffee note is in each fragrance. Some of the fragrances in here don't have as strong of a coffee note as others, but I may like them a little bit more. So I'm looking at the overall composition, not necessarily how concentrated the coffee note contained within it is. So without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into the list. Number 10 on my list is an indie fragrance, and I purchased it just based off the notes alone, and I got this in the mail, and man, it ends up being a great one. I love this one. Now I do have to admit, it does contain coffee, but it also contains a cardamom note, and the cardamom note in this one is a little bit spicier and a little bit stronger than the coffee. So if you're not a fan of cardamom, make sure you sample it before you buy it. This one is by Olympic Orchids, and it's called Cafe V. Really nice scent, make sure you check it out, and it also does have a really nice coffee note to it as well. Number 9 on my list is probably the fragrance in this list that has the strongest coffee note in it. And man, this smells really natural, very true to form, and very authentic. This is by Sebastian Perfumes, and it's called Espresso Royale. Really nice, really beautiful note. Very, very well done. By far the strongest one. This actually smells like a tiramisu. So if you're a fan of gourmand type dessert smelling fragrances, definitely recommend you check that one out. Number 8 on my list is a designer. This is one that I've had, man, since like the late 2000s. I've worn this for many, many years. It was one of my first purchases. I wore it, I think, in definitely high school, and definitely in college. This one is by Ralph Lauren, and it's called Polo Double Black. So it has coffee, but it also has mango, and I like that fruity introduction. Very playful, but there's a sophisticated appeal to it too. Definitely make sure you check it out. This is a great scent. Unfortunately, I don't hear too many people talking about it anymore, but this is a great scent. Number 7 on my list is a recent release. It was released last year in 2014. It does contain coffee, but it also has like a hazelnut, kind of a Nutella feel to it, if you will. It's by Olivier Polch, and it was made for Valentino, and it's called Uomo. So if you like Dior Homme, kind of has that similar iris note to it. This one is a little bit more on the gourmand side. Very well done. Such a great scent. Make sure you check it out. Number 6 on my list is one of the first, if not the first, fragrance that I bought by this brand. It gets a lot of hype in the community. It's a great fragrance, deserving of the hype that it gets. It's by Bond No. 9, and it's called New Harlem. So this is by Maurice Roussel. There are a lot of other fragrances out there like Michael Jordan Legend, as well as Rojas Man, which smells very similar to this one. But if you're looking for a coffee-based scent with lavender and some other gourmand nuances to it, kind of like a syrupy feel, this is definitely one worthy of checking out. Number 5 on my list is one of the more gourmand fragrances in this composition. It has some dried fruits, it has some boozy nuances. This is a very playful scent. The only problem is that the performance could be a lot better, but looking at the overall composition, it contains 2 of my favorite notes, coffee. It also contains plum. This one is by Frappen, and it's called 1270. Great fragrance. Make sure you check it out. I just wish the performance on this one were a little bit better. Number 4 on my list is a Gothic masterpiece. Honestly, this is probably my favorite scent from this house, right next to Duro. This is by Nasamato, and it's a very unique and mysterious and Gothic composition. This one is called Black Afghano. So, beautiful composition by Alessandro Gottieri. The performance is the polar opposite of this one. This one, kind of teetering on the suckish edge. This one is phenomenal, amazing. Alright, getting into the top 3 favorite scents in my collection containing the note of coffee. Number 3 is probably the second most prominent coffee note-bearing fragrance in this list. So number 1 was Espresso Royale. My number 3 fragrance contains a really natural coffee smell, and it's compounded by other notes like vanilla and labdanum and other resins, kind of like creating an amber accord to it. Very nice, very well done. Also contains rose, so we're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone here as far as favorite notes go. This one by Montal is called Intense Cafe. Beautiful scent. This one will last all day and night. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. Perfect for the colder weather. Definitely has a playful and sensual appeal to it. Number 2 on my list is yet another designer. The designers have actually been doing really well. This one is a designer fragrance that has a few flankers to it. So I'm just going to choose the original to represent them all. This one by Thierry Mugler is called Angel Men. So here's my empty bottle, not the first empty bottle, and I'm just using a sample to represent the bottle. I still do wear it from time to time. I was actually wearing this one recently. So number 2 on my list, Angel Men by Thierry Mugler. Beautiful Jacques Cochlier composition, mid-90s. A lot of gourmand elements, oriental notes, right? You have resins and coffee and patchouli. It's just amazing. And the number 1 fragrance on my list is one that does actually have a strong coffee note. It has an even stronger lavender note. This one was also composed by one of my favorite perfumers, who is Francis Kurkdjian, and this scent is a little bit harder to come by, but I can't make a coffee list without including this scent. Absolutely love it. This one is by Christian Dior, and it's part of their La Collection Privée line, and this fragrance is called Eau Noire, which translates to black water or dark water. Just like I said, you know, you have coffee, you have lavender, it's herbal, in the dry down it has some vanillic nuances that start to come out. To me, it reminds me of a very sweet cigar. It has like a tobacco nuance to it, contains Immortelle, which kind of gives it like that syrupy feel to it. Just a beautiful composition, very sophisticated, very high class, and definitely worth checking out if you can still get your hands on it. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. These have been my top 10 favorite fragrances in my collection that contain the note of coffee. If you own or have tried any of these scents, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos and frequent giveaways. So again, thank you so much for watching. This has been Steven with another video from Redolessence, and I will see you guys soon.